Sunday, August 4th. It's about 9 o'clock in the morning. And I want to talk about currencies and how they are a reflection of what we think of each other. Like, how do I communicate with you, not only verbally, but like, you know, if you're selling me a good or a service, how am I rewarding your hard work and effort? Throughout most of the time, it's always been something that had to be physically mined out of the ground and refined and then marked, creating a coin. Now that all took labor and effort and all, you know, all the way along the line. So whatever you were doing, you were trading your effort, your time and effort, for someone else's time and effort, and that's why it worked. But now we spend all these hours working more and more for less and less pay, and it's a piece of paper that's created out of thin air. It's actually loaned to us, and we have to pay rent to use this currency. The people who have issued this currency do not give a fuck about us. Same thing when a king starts clipping the coins. He thinks less of his people. So that's why we gotta get, and that's part of what I'm trying to brainstorm here, you know, just trying to get people to think about currencies differently. We could literally stop using all paper money and all digital money and start using whatever coinage that we have in the system now. Of course, there'd be a revaluation of it, but the coinage actually has copper nickel content. It has to be mined out of the ground. They can't create an infinite amount of them. They can create a lot of them, but they can't create an infinite amount of them. And they're issued by the Treasury and the Mint. They don't actually go through the Federal Reserve System, as far as I know. I may be wrong about that. But as far as I know, they're issued by the Mint, so there's no debt attached to them. So there's real money available for us to use in circulation now. Most of us won't pick it up off the street if we see it laying there. Window of opportunity to grasp these concepts. The rest of the world has already awoken to the fiat currency crash, the bubble and crash that's coming. India, China, Russia, they're all their populations are buying gold hand over fist. And now because India's government's put all kinds of restrictions on the purchase of gold, Pakistan shut down gold imports because that's where they're running the smuggling through, and the people in India are turning to silver, and that's a major backfire on what the government was trying to do, because silver is more vulnerable of a metal than gold. We need silver. We don't need gold as far as electricity and the grid and, you know, all the stuff we make with the silver. So whatever you can get into now and get out of this paper, we have the power to end this crap anytime we want. And it would take less of a percentage of the population than what it took to fight the Revolutionary War. The way they say, like 5% of the population fought the Revolutionary War. If 3% of the people took all of their IRAs, 401ks, savings, everything out, liquidated it, and moved it into some kind of precious metal, gold, silver, and hell, go to copper, man. Copper or pure nickel. If you can get pure nickel coins at the Canadian nickels at certain years. I found a bag of those the other day at the coin shop. Paid a pretty high premium, but know, who knows? But then I also got to warn you, the copper and nickel prices may be artificially being held up because the economy is so shitty. The warehouses are chock full of these metals, and J.P. Morgan and Goldman Sachs might have entered that business to help prop up, to lengthen out delivery times and create artificial scarcity, driving up the price, which may end, and then those prices really crash. And lowering metals prices really shows a sign of lost production, manufacturing, real wealth creation out of a country. The oil price is more of a reflection of how shitty your currency is doing. What else? Pensions. Oh man. If you guys are planning on a pension, you should look at whatever your pension fund is invested in. It's probably a bunch of crap. Is waking up, they're getting the gold and silver in their hands, and there's going to come a day where the rest of the world is doing the majority of the production, the manufacturing, who's selling their goods, exporting them overseas to countries like ours. You walk through Walmart, where's everything made? Not here. Those people are not going to accept dollars or treasury bonds or mortgage-backed securities or treasury bills or whatever else, municipal beauty bonds. All that garbage is trash. It's paper. It doesn't fucking mean anything. They're gonna want gold, physical gold and silver, or other, trade settlement, whatever we can export, food. And our food production is going down the toilet because everybody else is also waking up to the fact that our exported corn, soy, wheat, completely all genetically contaminated trash, and kills everything that fucking eats it. So, it's not looking good. And whatever happens, the doom prospectus right now is off the charts. And there's a lot of chatter, and if anything goes down, you can guarantee it'll be Western banking cartels that orchestrated whatever it is they're orchestrating in order to cause a distraction or give a scapegoat. They need a scapegoat for crashing this economy. They've run out of gold and silver to suppress those prices. J.P. Morgan still hasn't made June delivery, or June delivery, and shit's going down, and they need a distraction. And all I'm saying to the people, my last closing words, is that it's all about what you're accepting for your labor. And it starts with the farmers, the farmers markets. The guys that are actually growing real vegetables and fruits and stuff, your roadside stands. If those guys were to all of a sudden say, hey, we will take anything but dollars, that will start a circular loop of barter and trade and experimenting with new private currencies. Anything is better than this monopoly, privately issued currency we call the Federal Reserve. Almost anything is better than that. I'd go for tally sticks over what we got now. So, alright, that's enough for now.